Glory be to God. It's November 15th, 2023. I wanted to put this video out before you continue to watch the video that you're watching right now. The videos that you're about to witness is past videos that I'm just now releasing to everyone. This was part of my purpose, part of God's will, to expose the enemy, because that's what the Bible tells us to do, to expose the enemy. This is a learning video. The videos that I put out is not to disrespect my wife. It's not to embarrass her, because I love my wife. I'm in love with my wife. I've been through this journey of spiritual warfare for a reason. And I hope everybody looks at these videos with a spiritual eye and a spiritual mind. And if you don't know the Word of God, get into it, read it, have a better understanding, and then come back and look at these videos. My videos, they all will have dates on the videos, so you can watch them in order. It's a reason why you have to watch them in order. You're going to see me grow in these videos. You're going to see how God maneuvered and changed things in my life in these videos. These videos is for everybody out there that may be going through the same thing I'm going through, but don't have no answers. Well, in these videos, I'm going to show you what spiritual warfare looks like. I'm going to show you how to fight and know the strategies of the enemy, like the Bible tells us. Why they do what they do. Trust me, I searched all over YouTube for the last 8 years, and I haven't came across nobody that's really had video evidence of demonic demons controlling people that they love, or somebody explaining through their experience on live of what just took place and why it's happening. I need y'all to go back and watch my testimony series so you can have a better understanding of who I am, and watch these videos in order. I will put the dates on them, and my thumbnails will be color coordinated for the years from the time I started until today, and what changed and how did it change, because it's different type of demons that control, and they all do something different, and I'm gonna break every single one of them down on how they do and what you have to do to fight it based off God's word. I thank y'all. I love y'all. And just know I did this for y'all. I did this for y'all. I love y'all. I don't even know y'all, but I love y'all. I love it. I love each and every one of y'all, because this was bigger than me. It was bigger than me. It was bigger than my wife. It was for y'all. This is what God wanted me to do. Enjoy the video. Glory be to God. It is December 4th, 2024. Just leaving the courthouse. And it was hard because we had to leave and then come back after lunch. And, you know, we sat in the mediation. And we went to court for visitation. And visitations and the dates and this, that, and this. And she wanted me to take the kids for the whole weekend, every other weekend. And I'm like, they're 4 and 5, and I rent out a room. If I was in a house, I wouldn't even have a problem, but I rent out a room. And to keep the kids isolated at that age in a room, it's not gonna work. I said if they were 6 and 7, a little bit older, that's a little bit different. But 4 and 5, isolated in a room, I could give you, you know, and I'm trying to bend, you know, I could do an overnight visit, you know, overnight. Like I could pick them up Saturday, drop them off to you Sunday at 3, right? Then she didn't want to do, and this is all enemy driven too, she didn't want to pick up and drop, like I pick up and then she'll pick up. She didn't want to do that. That's a strategy that the enemy's been doing with me with every child I done had. It's never fair. It's never, you know, this is what's fair. You know, I pick them up and then you pick them up from where I'm at. She wants me to pick up and drop off, and then she wants to state how she's doing everything by herself. And I'm like, this is what you asked for. This is not what I asked for. You constantly try to make it seem like you have this hard burden, but you put this burden on yourself. Did nobody put this burden on you? You're believing lies that you should not believe. And I'm not telling this to her, but I'm just to the point, like, you know what? I'll pick them up and I'll drop them off. It is what it is. Because I want to do what's best for the kids. Because at first she said, and this is enemy driven, like I said, every child, she tried to use, I want to pick them up from a police station like I'm crazy and dangerous. And I said, that ain't nothing but the enemy. That's an enemy tactic that is being using on me. I haven't done anything. I had to let the person know, like, yeah, it's domestic, but I'm fighting for my, you know, I'm pleading not guilty. I haven't done nothing to this woman domestically. Yeah, they got a restraining order on me, but there's nothing that I did to this woman. There's no proof of anything domestic. But I gotta go through this. So that's why I'm taking it to a trial. Like, you gotta prove that I hit you and your mouth was bloody and, you know, you was beat up. We need to go to court. They need to pull out the pictures, the body cam, when they arrived on scene, everything to prove that I beat my wife up, because that never took place. But back to the court. So, you know, we come with the weekends and the times and the holidays. I was like, I'm not going to even, it's whatever she wants. I'm not even tripping because this is not going to last as long anyway. We ain't going to be separated. God is doing what he needs to do with her. So I'm not worried about anything. That's why my child support ain't going sky high through the roof. This is a divine separation. God had to separate us. He had to separate us so he could still work on me, teach me some things that I wasn't doing, which I done spoke about. But he needed to separate me from her so he could give her testimony, so she could go through what God is going to put her through and unblind her, for she could see how nasty, how bad she was towards me and everything else, and give her life over to the Lord so I can have my kingdom spouse. She even brought up the divorce. She brought up the divorce to the mediator. He said, well, what you will have to do is just go down to the clerk's office and you can get whatever information that you need to get there to follow up on this divorce. I said, when she said divorce, I said, that ain't nothing but the enemy. I'm peeping all the enemy's strategies and tricks, keywords, that whatever he could do to try to hurt me. So once we leave from the mediation office, I'm thinking, because they said, if we come with an agreement, we don't have to come back on the 18th and go to court, right? And the judge, well, he'll take whatever we agreed upon, take it to the judge, he'll sign off on it, give us the official copy, right? That will go into effect. But we had to wait till 1:15. It's 2:35. We just left probably around 2:25. And so on the way out, we're walking downstairs. The clerk's office is there. I'm thinking that she's about to go try to follow up on this paperwork. Did she go follow up? Nope. She leaves. She leaves. That lets me know that it was all enemy driven, because if that was something that she really wanted to do, she would have went downstairs. Because when they let us, when they let us out from mediation, it was like 11 o'clock. So we didn't have to come back until 1:15. She could have went in there, got whatever info that she needed, or paperwork, or a follow-up, and kept it pushing. Right? That didn't happen. Even when we came back, she could have ran in there, got whatever paperwork right before we left, and left. But that didn't happen. So it lets me know, oh, okay, this ain't nothing but the enemy. It's the enemy once again. He's trying. So we come back from the mediation. Before the mediation, when we left the mediation this morning, I pull her to the side and I get to talking about, because now, even though we have a court order on pickups and drop-off, we could make decisions on our own. It's stated in the court order. We just got to document it, right? So if I want to get the kids on a Tuesday, I can get the kids if she agrees on it, right? Now, she did say she still wants the restraining order on her, which I already knew that was going to happen. But I'm telling her, because she's saying how she got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and she got to do this, and she got to do that. And it's like, you want me to have sympathy for something that you are doing. And we ain't never even had a discussion on none of this stuff. And whatever you're saying, you done switched up from, I don't respect your feelings, can't tell me what the feelings is, to, I'm putting these videos out that ain't nobody said nothing to you about these videos. Ain't nobody even seen these videos, right? But if you go to the videos and watch, you're hearing how I'm talking about the enemy, and how he's using my wife, and how I'm trying to save my marriage and save my wife and fight this enemy. solo, right? That's what my video's been about. It ain't been me bashing my wife, saying I hate her, she's no good, watch out for these type of women, red flags for this type of woman and this type of woman. Y'all ain't never once heard me say that. All y'all hear me say, my wife is being controlled. That's not my wife. And I'm telling y'all, I'm giving y'all rundowns on every spiritual fight that I've been through and what to expect and how the enemy maneuvers and how he thinks and what he's doing. That's all y'all been hearing from. So if she really wanted some truth, she would have went to these videos that I've been uploading, and she could have seen how much I love her, what she's been doing to me, what she hasn't been doing in the relationship. Like if it's me saying she didn't give me nothing for my anniversary, stuff like that, right? But maybe God don't want her to see it yet. So then I'm talking to her, but the enemy is trying to, I'm telling her, I'm still your biggest supporter. I'm still your biggest cheerleader. But the enemy is trying to make it seem like this dude is crazy driving. He drives crazy. I have to watch. I'm sorry. I gotta watch these crazy people on the road. So she keeps. I'm trying to talk to her. I'm very calm. I'm collected. I'm not yelling, and it's like that spirit couldn't be around me because she's making it more than what it is, and she's saying stuff like, "This is why I see I'm not with you," and I'm like, "What did I do? What did I say?" So then I immediately started whispering under my breath, "No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I can do all things through Christ Jesus who gives me the strength." Like, now I got to use my sword because I know I'm not making a scene. I know I'm not saying anything negative. I'm just saying like, hey, I will be able to help you more. That's all I was pretty much saying. I will be able to help you more. But she kept talking about, all I want you to do is be consistent. And it's like, when have I showed you that I haven't been consistent? Until I show you that I haven't been consistent, then you could say that phrase to me. You can't say a person ain't been consistent or you want consistency if they haven't shown you no consistency. And I had to keep trying to correct her and say, look, when have I not been consistent? I've been consistent on these child support payments. I've been consistent on these car note payments. I've been consistent on any time I was supposed to pick up the kids but once. And that was because they were sick. And I live in a room and I can't really afford to miss work. And on top of that, you want me to take them in this isolated room where it's not going to have no air and keep them in that room and take care of them while they sick. So that don't even make sense. Other than that, I've been the one communicating, trying to communicate, trying to communicate, trying to be there for my children, do what's best for my children. And then, so after we had this little talk, we leave, right? We both park across the street from the court. We both leave. I don't say nothing to her, right? Go to my car, she goes to hers. I get in my car, she gets in hers, she leaves. I go around the corner to go kill some time before we had to come back. When we come back, trying to have some small talk with her. How was Thanksgiving? She tells me, I had to cook all this food by myself. This will be the last time I cook all this food by myself. You see how she's complaining? See how normally we both cook Thanksgiving. Normally, we both cook Thanksgiving. But when I tell her I didn't have a Thanksgiving, I had to eat Jack in a Box. She's still complaining on how she had to cook all this food for herself. It's like she didn't even care. Then, she's like, well, what happened to all your friends? I said, didn't nobody invite me. But I don't know if they went to other people's houses. I said, June had Thanksgiving at his house last year, so I don't know if he alternated and went to one of his family's houses or they went to his mom's house. I don't know. But June is not my father. Yeah, I'm his friend, and I'm pretty sure if he was going to Thanksgiving, if he was having Thanksgiving at his house, he would have let me know. Same thing with my friend Byron. He would have let me know if they was having Thanksgiving but they went from place to place. So my circle is very small. But she's telling me, oh, I can't stand your friend June. They ain't called me, checked up on me or anything. They ain't did nothing. Gabby, his wife, she's a fake friend. I done reached out to her plenty of times. That's here and there. Right? But on the flip side, I'm sitting there listening to all this and I'm like, your own mama ain't called me. Your own mama ain't called me. I didn't have nobody. You had your mama, the roommates that live there, some of they people. You invited some other people over. You don't want to tell me, that's fine. When you don't want to tell somebody something, then it lets me know you probably invited the nigga. You probably invited the guy that she's dating. She probably invited the guy that she was dating. But not once was there any remorse of me saying, I didn't spend Thanksgiving with nobody. I didn't have no friends, no family. Didn't nobody invite me over. I even told her I had to humble myself and ask people, some strangers, if they could take me in for Thanksgiving because I didn't want to be alone on Thanksgiving. But God had me work that day. And I told her on Thanksgiving, I had to eat Jack in the Box. And I bought the most expensive thing on Jack in the Box because I just felt like, hey, if I'm going to eat, I'm going to eat. Right? I ate Jack in the Box on Thanksgiving. It'd be the last time I have a Thanksgiving dinner where I'm not around my girls and I'm by myself. Then she gets to talking about, she brings up that I see the girls' birthday pictures, which she know I seen. But then she says the milestone birthday when my daughter turned 5, knowing we could have celebrated that on a Saturday. But she didn't want to. It was all because the enemy wanted to hurt me. We could have celebrated that on a Saturday at the babysitter's house, whatever, right? But the enemy didn't want me to be there to celebrate that milestone birthday at 5 years old, which it hurt. So when I heard that, I had to get up and walk off and go into the bathroom just to breathe for a second. But I had to tell myself, you need to come back. Go back, sit down. Don't let the enemy see you upset. So I went back, sat. Then we continued, she tells me that our landlord's son was killed in a car accident. And I'm like, well, why you didn't call? Why you didn't tell me this stuff? Why you didn't tell me this stuff? Because the enemy's using her. It's not even normal. So now I got to call my landlord and give her my condolences so I don't look like I'm an a-hole because I did not know. Then I asked her, how's her job going and this, that, and I'm like, so where's your job at? It's in Riverside County, duh. I work for Riverside County. I said, where's it at? I don't want to tell you. I'm like, let me get up and walk and go back into the bathroom because I haven't been harassing you. I haven't been coming to the house. I don't call you, harass you. I don't do none of this stuff that the enemy got you thinking that I'm doing. I haven't harassed you. Not one time. I don't pop up at your house. which is still technically my house because my name is on the lease, but I got this restraining order that I can't even go over to my own house. Now, the good thing is I could go over to the kids' daycares or schools. I could pick up, drop off. I could do all that. And I knew I was going to be able to go back to my house to pick up and drop off the kids. So when I go there and I can pick up whatever I need to pick up, I just got to play. I just got to be patient and let God do what he's going to do. Because I know what I feel in my spirit is he told me to wait off until this date. And now, since I did and I was obedient, he is about to this dude's slow. He's about to work now. He's about to work on her. He is about to work on her because she was trying to talk a little bit more, but it felt like a lot of the stuff that she wanted to talk about was a lot of digs. And I just sat there. I sat there calm, collective, wasn't angry, wasn't upset, but it hurt. Once I got in my car, I had to cry because on the way out, I went into the office. We waited for the clerks to give her our paperwork. They give her paperwork. Instead of her saying, my husband is in over here or he's in this room, she just keeps going. Right? She just keeps going. So I have to go back. So I go back to the judge's door, knocks on the door, nobody answer. I go back into the little office. I let them know, hey, they handed out the official paperwork, but I was unable to get it because I was in here. So she goes, and then the clerk comes back to the door. I go back out to the door. I get the paperwork, and I walk. I look out the window. My wife is already at the corner. She couldn't even open the door where I was at and say, hey, the paperwork is there. She just kept walking. Like it was like I don't exist. So I walk across, so I pretty much, it's like, I forget that I parked my car in a different spot. So I'm walking by her and she turns around like, yeah, what's up? And I said, normally I park at this corner. She said, yeah, you just passed up your car. I said, I forgot that I parked right there. But then I said to her, remember, excuse me, remember through this whole ordeal, I've been nothing but nice to you. I've been nothing but kind and nice to you during this whole ordeal. And she looked, and I turned around, and I left. You know, she told me, she said, oh, you know, when we was having the small talk, she was like, yeah, have you seen the movie Gladiator? It's a good movie. I said, oh, somebody took you out, huh? And that might have been the slickest thing I probably said to her all day. And she was like, she kind of got defensive. Like, no, did nobody take me? I said, it could have been a female. You could have went out with a female, a friend of yours or whatever. She said, no, I went to go see it by myself. I said, okay. I said, okay. That's cool. You went to go see it by yourself. So I already know God is about to work on her. He's about to work on her so cold. I'm about to have my kingdom wife back. I'm about to have my kingdom wife back. That's all I know. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I just got to work. I'm out.